One. Yo, 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 we here. GDQ 1/4 of the Activated Podcast.
It's your boy, Real Walter Ford. What up?
Busy Balboa was good.
Your boy Mac 2301. Be some fire ass grapes, and it's the Activated Podcast.
Another week. A week with the most progressive president in history.
Sounds good.
I think we can all agree that we've had way less death threats, but the same amount of bullshit.
Yeah.
The only good thing is I haven't had to hear about the president's opinions on random shit and stupid shit.
Yeah.
At least, yes. At least this man is not on Twitter saying crazy stuff. All right?
I can agree
At
with that.
least, okay? At least.
That's
Although
true.
it was
At least he
entertaining.
did. I am far from happy it's gone. Like, I don't even know how to explain the happiness in my soul.
Yeah.
I'm
That shit-
telling you,
that shit
the
was
fact that Trump doesn't
entertaining
have
to
a
me.
Twitter, I'm so happy. Like, the world
feel
is
like
so much of a better place.
Trump
I
got
feel
a
like
brick fan.
politicians need their own platform. They need their own platform.
I don't know
All
if
those
y'all
politics.
read, but Trump is actually finna try to start that. I heard. Or I mean, it's like in the news shit on their side.
I don't get it, bro. At a certain age, just go
I heard
on
he's creating his
vacation,
own
bro.
app.
Retire, bro.
Man,
Stop.
you age.
Stop.
You-
Stop.
You
Stop
old
doing
as hell.
anything but relaxing.
Stop.
Please, just stop.
Relaxing.
Why do you want to work until you're that old, bro? Why do you want to
Yeah,
take
no,
any
I
phone
know.
calls?
It's a
And you
race
got-
to the moon.
And you got
It's
hella
a-
bread too. It's not like he you know how some people got set up for failure and shit, so they didn't have no retirement plan and shit, so they gotta work at Walmart, you know what I'm saying, and shit. This nigga is trying to get the hardest job on the face of the earth as a senior citizen. As a senior citizen.
Look, when he fills out his information, and you choose your little age bracket, it'd be like 55 to 65, and then it'd be like 65 plus. He's like 65 plus. Like,
Yeah, man.
Bro, I'm telling you, my life goal is to not work even past 45, bro. So you telling me
I feel you.
I'm not trying to be I am not trying to be working at 75 years old, bro. I'm
Hell
sorry.
no.
If I have
Yeah.
the opportunity to, my ass is not working, bro. This goes for
I don't wanna
anybody
work
in
out.
politics. Outside of politics, anything that you're doing, it doesn't matter what you're doing, bro. Like,
Said it don't matter.
yeah.
at some point in time, like you said, Q, we gotta start putting age restrictions or age caps on certain things that require certain skills. Driving a car is one of them, and making laws is another. Is the other
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, G. Yeah, G. And I was reading something when you think about it, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, we're getting kind of away from what we was the divided thing, but a lot of people were born before black people could vote that's in the Senate. And now they in there with black people and women and you know what I'm saying? And
Transgenders and
yeah, exactly. All these things and you were expecting these people who grew up in a whole different I mean, it's bullshit that they can't change, but it's you know what I'm saying? These people grew up in a whole different time. And they're making laws for a new generation of, you know what I'm saying? A new generation of thinking and consciousness and shit.
That they don't understand.
It's really symbolic of that Georgia voter law thing. That picture that they took is really symbolic, G. It's all white dudes. It's they perfectly standing in a certain way. They looking down. Behind them is a plantation. You know what I'm saying? It's it's just wild how
Well, it's perfect. It's perfect because it's true. They still have the same mindset. So, like in the last week, the four headlines of this were in discussion. Biden proposes a $753 billion Pentagon budget, a significant increase from last year's budget. They won't even keep it the same. They just want to keep increasing it every year because that's what they've done for 41 years, or you know what I mean. However long they've
However
been.
many years they've been. Yeah.
Another thing is, Kamala Harris, in her first public marijuana comments since the election, essentially says the Biden administration is too busy to follow through on its own campaign pledges to decriminalize marijuana and expunge records.
Now, I did listen to or read, my bad, read what she exactly said. So she didn't say that exactly. She was saying that they focusing on coronavirus. But that is also some bullshit too.
Bro,
But
everybody's
she didn't say
focusing
exactly
on
like what she did.
coronavirus and still having to do other shit, bro. Come on.
No, I agree with that. I agree
Come
with
on.
that.
That's,
And it's the
that's some
government, so you
horseshit.
can be like, yeah, hey,
That's
I need you to go
horseshit.
work on this, and I need you to go work on this, and I need you to go, yeah.
They do.
Because that's really what you're doing,
Supposedly they're working on a bunch of stuff. Why are you not
Yeah.
working on legalizing cannabis? Because you have Kamala isn't even that old, bro. And you guys have this weird freaking mindset. And she used to get stoned back in the day too. So it's like none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. So in my mind, the only way that it makes sense is it's more profitable for cannabis to not be legalized for some people and for rich people.
Oh, yeah.
Because otherwise,
Way more.
and still arrest people and still stop them for, smelling marijuana in the car and you know what I mean? Yeah.
The whole shit, the whole circle, the circle of life.
It hasn't been studied very well, is what Biden says. My God, dude. Bro.
And again, we
Bro.
shouldn't let people who were born before certain times be making laws. Because again, you have all these people who were born and who were raised and who were making laws, who were politicians way before weed was even like remotely even thought about being legalized, before it was highly illegal. And they had
Before we were thought of as humans, before we were thought of as like equal humans or citizens or whatever, like that.
Well, they never lose the same mindset.
But
Yeah, that's what I was saying too. Like you ain't never changed a 70-year-old person's mind. Keep going, no bad.
And that's what I'm getting at, is that these 60, 70, 80-year-old politicians who were already developed their perception or their perspective of
the world, how life is.
They've already developed their perspective on the topics that we just discussed, right? Black people, weed, yada yada yada.
Well,
So
fam, if you go to Tucker Carlson, he say Black Lives Matter is coming to your house to take your kids or steal your cereal or something like that. So he literally said, niggas are coming to your house to kill you.
Hey,
But who's his boss? His boss is like
And they
80.
used back in the day,
Yeah.
Same
I was just gonna say that.
Hey, there's
And
like
all those people watch him is what I was getting at. All those
There's
people
like 5 people that I really want to slap the shit out of, and Tucker Carlson is one of them. Him and Ted Cruz are fighting for that like 3rd spot.
Yeah, I don't want to slap. Yeah,
You said what?
I don't want to slap Ted Cruz that bad. I slap Fam though. I'll slap Trump.
Well, hey, if Trump doesn't run, Tucker Carlson is. That's what they're trying
100%.
That's what they're trying to do, because he is Trumpism. He is exactly what.
Oh, he's like
the continuation of it.
He's like the younger version. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he's arguably worse.
He gonna make things scary from up.
Oh man, I was watching this thing about Tucker Carlson too. Yeah, he's a wild man.
Dark world.
I do want to slap Matt Gaetz though. His bitch ass.
Here, hold on. We'll get to Matt Gaetz.
Okay, yeah, we'll get to him later. My bad. Let's keep going on.
But yeah, long story short, we gotta put caps on these ages. That's really what all it is. Like, because you can't have senior citizens trying to make progressive laws.
Man, them niggas don't even know how to spell transgender or spell fucking.
That's what I'm saying.
Reparations. They can't spell reparations. They can't spell.
They can't spell progressive, but we're allowing them to make progressive. attempted progressive laws.
They
don't-
can't
It's-
they can't spell police murder. Like, come on. All right, we gotta keep going though, because I feel like we are.
Hey, but Republican got 3 Ks in it, 3 silent Ks in it though.
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah. Preach, preach, preach.
These last two ones, Biden administration will allow oil to continue to flow through the Dakota Access Pipeline despite the ongoing threat it poses to the Standing Rock tribe and the fact that it's operating illegally.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Oh my
And
goodness.
which is we'll combine that with this one. Months after Biden promised to end support for the Yemen war, Congress still has no details, i.e. the Yemen war is, well, the Saudi Arabia attacks Yemen and there's a genocide in Yemen, and who sells Saudi Arabia their weapons? Us.
U.S. of the A.
Not us as in us as in the U.S.
Hey,
Yes. The business of the United States.
don't put that. Don't group me in there with. They don't like me. They don't want to claim me, so that ain't me. Shit. There ain't nothing that I can do there where they love me. I can't dribble a basketball. They love me. I can't play football. They don't love me. I can't wear a military uniform. They still don't love me. Like that ain't me. I'm sure now, but I feel it though. Like,
Shout out to Lieutenant Nazario too. I think that's his name. I think I said his name right.
yeah, we gonna touch bases on him too, cause like I'm gonna rant on them too. But yeah,
But back to the pipeline. That's crazy.
and you said
and
illegal.
the war. Yeah, it is legal. And the war thing, the Yemen situation is wild too, because the whole time they was talking about like, I mean, it's just crazy how like in general we think that we have an expectation of something different, and it always ends up coming to being around the same outcome in this arena. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different industries, and politics is an industry, and this industry is always like, I'm gonna tell you everything what the fuck you want to hear, and then give you like 2 of them. He's like, I'm gonna give you all this shit, and then coronavirus and vaccines, and we got that part.
Yeah, that's the one thing, yes. But the effed up part about the vaccine stuff is that this fool, they won't give other countries the fucking formula how to make the damn shit. So instead of helping everybody across the world, they're
trying to sell it.
They keeping the formula.
Hey,
This is our
Other countries
they
don't
have to
need
make
it.
Family
They're
Guy.
naturally getting rid of it.
Hey man,
Family Guy said this like years ago. They was like, we have the cure for cancer. Why would we just give it out? And their response was because like if we just give it out, we can't make money. But therefore, if we rationalize it and give it out in doses and not give out the formula, we can make money on it forever.
Well, it's the problem with the tests in the beginning too. They didn't want to make they didn't buy 15-minute tests because they weren't an American company couldn't profit off of it. So they waited fucking a whole year until someone finally developed their own tests so
Jared
that America
Kushner,
could
huh?
make money off of it.
Okay, so you didn't know, Jared Kushner was part of the I don't want to say the wrong information exactly, but he had dealings with the company that ended up making the test that the United States wanted to use. And you was right. They didn't want to use the other tests that the other countries was doing because they was like, what? It's like the USA made joint? We don't want to buy it from Malaysia.
And they were cheaper. They're like $5, and then instead of like $30 that are the American ones.
Mm-hmm.
How fucking wild is that, bro? That's wild. That's wild.
My thing is, how come
that's the world?
How come people in other countries haven't gotten the vaccine and they are walking around freely and that they got rid of it, and we need vaccine?
Because
we're
countries like
stupid.
New Zealand, countries exactly like all the shout out to women. Yeah, all the countries led by women like have the best coronavirus response. They like did a study. Like
Yeah.
New Zealand, fam, they good. They zero. I think Australia, they not maybe not all Australia, but like part of Australia,
All I
They
know is
good.
they still partying 30,000 deep with no mask, and they've been doing that since the beginning of the year.
Yeah, yeah, they've been like going to like professional games, like sports.
I'm not against the vaccine or anything, like, cause
Yeah, yeah, but
my
just
family
why we got it and they
members,
don't got it.
yeah,
But like you said, it's
yeah,
that money.
it's just weird. Everything's just so weird because the way
That's
that they
not. I
roll
mean,
this vaccine out, it's like it was like it's like advertisements everywhere, almost like it's like candy. It's like get your
hey, money.
vaccine. Hey, we'll give you a chicken sandwich if you get it. We'll give you donuts if you get it. We'll give you all this weed if you get it. Like it was
Some
just so
people,
many different things. Like it's just so weird, man.
You want to
yes.
because I asked our followers about this the other day when asking about like reopening the state, and they was like one of the responses was we should open the state back up when we reach 0 cases, and my response to them was like, listen, we got half this country that don't believe in COVID. For that reason alone, we will never see 0 cases. So
Yeah, no, coronavirus.
It's gonna circle forever. Like you and I we're gonna be dealing with coronavirus forever because that's the nature
Coronavirus
of it.
is real. I definitely believe it's real.
Yeah, but
But
it's a whole bunch of
the
different
problem
coronavirus.
is they came out with the study too. America is the #1 disseminator of misinformation about coronavirus.
Right.
So not only are we bad for here, we're bad for the rest of the world
Yeah,
with
that's
our
not good because
coronavirus.
we're supposed to be a leading nation.
But we also leave.
the
Yeah,
leaders of the
exactly. If we got hella Rona, we still traveling. We got the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Not saying
and
we got all the
everybody
money,
wants
but we
to
got.
come here, so they're gonna come here, and then they
Yeah, yeah. You finna
yeah.
come here and go to
And a lot of
catch the
people been
Rona at the
traveling. I
club.
know, like a lot of my friends, they've been traveling. They've been going to Hawaii
Mhm.
and shit. Hawaii,
Oh, Miami
Mexico, the
popping.
white people in Mexico is
you just do
ridiculous,
a little COVID test 3 days before departure, and then you good.
bro.
Tijuana is the most cross border in the world. You already know they
Oh
going
yeah,
over there.
all my
Yeah,
friends in Mexico,
yeah,
Rosarito.
yeah.
Cancun, Cabo
Down
San
there.
Lucas, bro, all the time, bro. Yeah, I've
Yes,
Yeah.
seen it
sir.
nonstop. People have been going places, and I mean, it happened like right away. I mean, only after the first few months. Those first 2 months, everybody was kind of like down and kind of just a
Yeah, they
little
were
bit,
afraid.
yeah. And
I
the
get in my
thing
Yeah,
about
it's
the
a fear thing.
vaccine is that we just want a silver bullet. We just want, oh, everybody's vaccinated, so we're good now. That's what they want to do. They want, oh,
That's a
well, you have your vaccine, so you're safe.
The thing
Which
is, they
is,
don't even like. Some of my
which
relatives
is
was
also a percentage.
some of my relatives was describing it. They was like, they don't even like. It's not even like. It just doesn't seem like a legitimate way to even tell whether a person has has even got the vaccine if they lose that card. Like you got to keep it, take a picture of it because like it's not really a real way to kind of like check.
Go get it
yeah,
again or something.
you gotta put it into your vaccination record is what
Yeah,
you
you have
should
to
do.
put
You
in
gotta
your.
tell your medical whoever, and so that they
Also,
could put it in your thing.
also, you know that it's finna be somewhere. Somebody finna be bootlegging the motherfucker. Excuse me, I burped.
That's what I'm
Somebody finna be
scared of.
bootlegging the
They got
motherfucker.
look, they got tents up. You can go in like little tents and get a vaccine. You can go in this place, that place. It's like, how do
Man,
you know what they put these people putting in you? Like, how do you
man,
Well,
know?
that's one of my things. I think why they haven't released the formula is because they don't want bootleggers doing it and
But
having
it's
that
how you
idea.
know people ain't already out here doing
yeah,
it.
man,
They got some
yeah,
Because
little.
man,
well,
man.
when they distribute it, they do distribute it properly. They do. They're
But I'm
supposed
saying
to.
like
And if they
some
don't,
people
then
could go on Amazon, order some little serum, little packets,
Pookie,
fill them bitches up with some
Pookie,
water or alcohol or whatever the fuck. And
fam, Pookie invested in a laminator. That nigga invested
right.
in a printer. You know
Pookie
what I'm
got some
saying?
cousins, like they all
Come
like
on,
some CNAs
come,
and shit,
come
and
on.
they got
I
some
got that.
they got some scrubs or whatever, and they know how to like make it seem like they know what the fuck they doing and shit.
I
Y'all
got
got
that
a little
Corona.
tent, y'all go to Walmart.
I got that Corona card. I got that Rona card for the low.
Well,
Good.
I ain't trying to give
that's
nobody no ideas.
that's the what people are worried about is the
I'm scared of that.
falsifying
I
the
don't know.
coronavirus cards and the vaccine.
Yeah, exactly. I got that card for the
Yeah,
loan.
because
Oh,
people
I
been
think
posting it.
definitely gonna happen.
Soon as they get
That's-
they test, they post it. Hello,
You
I
tripping?
graduated.
It's already happening, G. If I just thought of it just now, and they've been giving vaccines for how long now? Somebody thought of it the first day, fam. It's already been out.
Yeah, they say on the black market,
Hey,
you can get one for like $250.
The first day was like, I'm gonna get some money. What'd you say?
the
On the
same
black
also-
market, you can get a vaccine card for $250, but don't ask me how I know.
See?
they figured out how to scam EDD, unemployment, they're going to figure out how to finesse a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come
little
on,
piece
man.
of little, you know what I mean? Especially
Yeah.
when people posting pictures of it, like the exact.
I got vaccinated.
Oh, I thought it ain't a little laminated thing. Oh no, you
All
right.
I needed
This is
was
a
a
paper
template.
card.
All
My
I
bad.
needed
You right.
was a template. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. That's wild.
And with all that being said, like it's here to stay. And I said it last night. I was like, think of
Get
the
your vaccines.
think of the one person you know with the least amount of common sense, and that's over half our country. And that alone is why we're fucked.
Well,
fucked.
it's wild because even with vaccines going on right now, Michigan is so bad in coronavirus cases and exploding right now that they are having more cases than they did at the other peaks like 5 months ago, 6 months ago in November.
Before
That's
before
crazy.
That's bad.
And they got a
Michigan-
vaccine right now, and they got
Yeah,
more. I didn't know that.
They've been getting, well, it's, only like 15% or whatever, 20%, like most of the country where they've got some of their people vaccinated. But like coronavirus is exploding everywhere again in places. Like Brazil right now has more deaths than they ever did. 4,000 people a day
Yeah, I
are
saw
dying
that.
in Brazil right now.
Man, what
Yeah,
is
no, I saw that.
life
I
is
said,
so
yeah,
precious.
that's crazy.
I'm
That's
actually
a lot of
gonna.
like. Think about that. Like 4,000 people. Like that's a lot of people. Like
that
at the same time. Like, ugh.
That
Like,
makes
that
me
was
want to go
higher.
get my vaccine.
That's
R.I.P. to
higher
them
than
people.
what
You
it
know,
was in Italy, wasn't it, Q?
It's
Yeah, prayers
in
for all them
different
people.
places. It's going back up hella bad. Yes, like really bad. And that's the thing about the vaccine is because I got my first dose actually, is that you could have like lifelong neurological problems, and people are having like really bad problems when they catch coronavirus. And like some people, they still feel the effects like 8 months later from it.
Yeah,
They're
I
still
know.
tired, their chest hurts because the problem
Yeah.
is that we still don't completely understand it. And so
And
you
that was
can-
happening to people like the same month after too. Like people like,
And-
yo, I'm still.
you can actually catch two different strains. So people have been catching one, and sometimes they get over it. And there's some cases where people test positive for a different, they test negative, and then a month later they test positive for a new strain because they got sick again with a different strain of coronavirus. And so they act like you can't get sick again, but you can. And it's this, that's what makes me mad is like in the same thing with the masks. At first they were saying, oh, it's not airborne and don't wear masks in the very beginning, even though they knew and there was a bunch of evidence that it was airborne and that people should wear masks. So like, that's why sometimes the conspiracy theorists, they point to those first, few weeks where even the CDC and the WHO was saying, no, it's not airborne. Like the WHO posted on their Instagram, it's not, coronavirus is not airborne when it began, which was a complete lie because they do the thing where they try to not scare people. So with the vaccines too, you can still get sick even though you have the vaccine. And so they're trying to act though like if you get vaccinated, coronavirus is over. And so that's been the issue with me.
I also want to point out to add to that. As of like yesterday, they just announced too that the UK variant is leading in the US right now. It's like it's more than the older variant right
And
now.
Michigan has the highest rate of the new UK
The
variant
UK
right
variant.
now.
Yep.
And
That makes sense.
there and they're worried it could jump again and make some type of mutation where it doesn't have the spike protein, where the spike protein is how it attaches to your cells, and which would make a new freaking virus because we can't get this shit under control. America's
Exactly.
every UK was a hot spot. They couldn't get it under control, so they have their own variant. Brazil has a terrible variant. The West Coast even has their own variant because it sits in people's system and it gives it just enough time to change a little bit, and then a new variant pops
And then
up.
I multiply. Yep.
Yeah, because it's a host.
And so because we can't get it handled, we're making it worse.
Yeah. We giving it time to grow legs. Giving it time to mature and catch puberty.
And so that's my
What
problem.
a nightmare.
Yeah, they act like the pandemic is coming over, but when you see things like Michigan, where like I want to show the graph. Maybe I'll put it up in a post or something. But it's wild. Like it's wild.
Or when they
And
do stuff like Texas is doing, where they allow full capacity back at places.
Oh, what you mean? Like there is nothing. There's no mandates. There's no coronavirus is over in Texas. Nigga, don't you speaking taboo?
Well, I mean, what I'm saying though,
Coronavirus don't exist in Florida either.
but how many times have we seen this story before now in the last year where you prematurely jump the gun, you open up early for certain things, and what happens? Right back into square one.
People lose their lives. Yeah.
And like I said, it's the same states. Like it's the same states. The same states that were doing bad and were horrible and like surging are the same states that are not.
Man, you know what it is. You know what states they was all voting for a certain direction. Let's just say that.
And again,
and this is bringing mortality. Really, this is making me understand my mortality, man.
Like, but I don't know, man. Like,
I mean, we don't know the full-on repercussions. We don't know in 5 years if you had coronavirus, you've got some other type of lifelong thing. Like, they don't want to admit it either. They don't like to scare people. That's why in the first few weeks I knew what it was going to be, and they were trying to act like, oh no, it's only going to be this couple week thing, instead of just fucking telling the truth and saying, hey, we don't know that much about this. It's going to be quite a bit of time that we need to get this handled, and we need everybody to fucking work together and not make this big ass thing about something simple like masks, because masks shouldn't have been politicized in the first place. But I knew they were.
Dealing with an idiot though, man. Sam didn't give a. It ain't had shit to do with masks and shit. It gave a fuck with Sam winning the popularity. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to win some shit and make. You know what I'm saying? It's different.
But it points to what a lot of people are saying, and it's similar to genocide. And they wanted people to die. They wanted people to die. There's a reason why we can't get shit under control. There's a reason why we can't get shit under control. There's a reason why Texas does that. There's a reason why Newsom flip-flops and is trying to reopen as fast as he can, even though California has done really well because we've had decent restrictions. People actually wear a mask when you go in the grocery store, which is not everywhere in the country. So we've done decent. So we had the most highest cases at one point, and we're way down now on daily new cases compared to like some states where they have a bunch of cases, and when they come down in their plateau is even more cases than us. So like Texas is like 4,000 a day. We're at like 2,000. Because of they don't get their restrictions in place and they don't give a fuck.
And we're fucked. And with that being said, we're fucked. No.
And so people think it's going to be over this summer, but look, in the winter when it is peaking again, the Michigan governor is begging people to stay home right now, begging them because it got so politicized there that she can't do anything anymore. They stripped away her rights of putting down any stay-at-home orders or anything. She's not allowed to do anything anymore. So now she just goes on TV and says, hey, please stay home. and everybody in Michigan just they don't care.
Walter, your phone's on mute. We don't know what happened with Walter.
You
Can
might
you
have
hear
to.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, we should move on to the next thing. Fuck Matt Gates. He needs to go to jail for a long time. You know what I'm saying? He needs to get, yeah. Uh, Also, we was talking earlier, off camera or off like the record, that it's wild that he been under investigation for damn near a whole year, and he's still walking around and was doing events and like doing a whole bunch of shit, and he under investigation for like sex trafficking a child or a minor, you know, like, which is crazy in itself. And it's yeah. So it's like two situations that it's like, first off, fuck him, because he the same dude that was talking about black people are getting killed by the police because of themselves, not the police. It's some kind of crazy, you know. He's always been like the token frat boy dude, you know. But now that the allegations is coming out, you know, it's crazy to me too, because like, remember the whole QAnon thing, which is like they stopping pedophiles and all this stuff, and then they actually end up being the pedophiles. It's so like ironic. Like, it's ironic.
It's ironic that everything that they say that they're against, they actually are. That's
Yeah, but I do got to be honest. It's not just, you know, Republicans. It's all of them, you know, crazy, nasty people. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
or like sick people. You know, they sick.
I said this way before like Biden was president, way before Trump ran for president in 2016. It's like, you can't sit there and piss on my foot and tell me it's raining. Meaning, you're not finna sit there and tell me, oh, all, you know, the Republicans, they're the evil side. Us Democrats are the good guys and all that kind of stuff. When y'all work under the same roof,
Right.
like,
it's not.
y'all go to work, y'all eat lunch, y'all leave together. Your grandchildren probably have play dates and go to school together. Like,
Yep.
and again, y'all all were born before the civil rights movement. So you want me to think that you naturally have my best interest as a black, you know, as a black person, a black man, as a minority, as a person of color. You want me to think that you got my best interest?
In the frontal lobe of your brain. Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, like I'm supposed to reach my hand, like you're a snake and you want me to reach my hand out to like pet you, knowing I know that you're gonna bite me. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
Not I. So I don't want to give him too much energy, but fuck Matt Gates. So we just go leave that on that.
Yeah, my only thing with Matt Gates is that fool, should be in trouble.
Fuck
and
him.
everybody's acting
Oh,
like, it's a, Matt Gates is
He's
so
about to go
wrong
down.
he's going down. Matt Gates is so wrong for what he did, but yet nothing's happening, and it's been almost a year that he's been doing whatever he wants to do, and still still a representative, and like it's just all a bunch. It's
it froze. Everything froze.
Did I freeze?
busy froze for me.
Yeah, busy froze for me too. Delaney froze. You froze too, Delaney. But anyway, to finish that thought though. It's crazy how anybody that's a regular person or that's not in a position of power, if it's anything that's like some sex trafficking or some fucking minor, sexual minors or anything in that range, you going to jail first immediately. You going to jail immediately, fam. Like there's no middle ground or around it. You going to jail, fam. And then they, investigate and doing them stuff.
Yeah.
Like you said, like the dude is literally, and it's not even like it's not even like, I mean, I guess it's allegations until he goes to jail for it, but like his literal was somebody he worked with or an assistant or somebody like that. I don't know exactly. I forgot exactly. Is going to jail right now for the same girl that he's getting, you know what I'm saying, investigated for. So like the dude already is going to jail. Like he already got convicted. Like it's a wrap. Like
Oh
so
my
it's not
God.
even like so it's not even like I don't know either. Like I don't know.
All right, moving on.
So yeah,
Last
moving on
thing.
from them.
Busy, do you want to talk about what you were talking about in the chat the other day?
What
I
about?
mean, you could
Start
just,
me off.
I mean, we were talking about Black love and Black liberation and, you know, what happens with other movements that go on and they get treated differently.
Yeah, just I guess because we saw that article or whatever, but there's no shade because I don't want it to come off as shade. Because I feel like everybody deserve help. But what was the article
Make sure
again?
you say you 17%. You know.
Yeah, I'm like I got like a good amount of percent.
Let me see.
17.
Oh yeah, the $50 million grant for Asian American and Pacific Islander victims of sexual assault and domestic violence. Democrats help every
That's
other
from the government.
demographic, but can't do anything specifically for the Black people who gave them the Senate and the presidency. Yeah, disclaimer. Yeah, we love our Asian brothers and sisters. That's a fact. And
And
100%.
I am Asian.
yeah,
I am Asian American.
that's wild.
I'm a Black and Asian American. And yes.
But and my Evelyn and I had to talk about this too. But there is, the oppression. There's intersectionality and it intersects, but there's differences.
Oh, 100%. 100%. It's like levels to it. It's almost like
Mhm.
like and it's funny, bro, because your wife's Mexican, bro. So like Mexican and Black people is like right in the same, you know what I'm saying? Like we right there at the bottom.
Well,
You
and
know what I'm saying?
we talked about it, and like there's differences, but I fully
Oh yeah,
agree.
no,
I
100%. No,
fully
100%.
agree that the saying that all lives don't matter until Black lives matter. I fully believe that because I do
Yeah,
think
100%.
that the oppression faced
And
by
Black people weren't giving themselves enough credit either, because like whenever I was making that statement, I was saying like basically like I feel like the government will jump to help, another race before they help a Black race because like we're not necessarily moving in unison where it comes off to a point like we're demanding it. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm
I don't know.
saying? Like
I agree
it,
with that and
the,
disagree.
it's like this when with the Asian American people, they got like so much. They got weight here just like we do. We got so much more weight, but they will get to a point. It's almost like whenever if a Hispanic one get fired off the job and all of them walk off that bitch, it's like, hold on, okay, now the company got to retract and be like, okay, well, let's work it out because we can't lose all y'all. Like
Yeah, I know what
they'll
you're saying.
walk off that bitch, but a Black. Like if somebody get fired, we'll be like, "Oh, sorry for that motherfucker." You know what I'm saying? Like we need our job. You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah. It's more
It's
of an
like
individuality instead
we
of a group.
yeah, like we sometimes we have that conflict where it's like those yes men where they like, oh, I can't lose my job, and the rest of us are like, nah, I'm standing up for that sister, that ain't right, or I'm standing up for that brother, that wasn't right what they did, or whatever. It's like we have that split, and I know other races probably have that as too, but I think that they stick together a little bit better than what we do. Sometimes we're just so ready to argue with each other and disagree.
Yeah. But the reason I agree and disagree with that is because I think it's that, but it's partially too. If you give people, if you give, if you give Black people anything, that's admitting that you did something wrong, and like it's not at a point in our history of the country we in where there, oh, people can admit that they did something wrong. Like the country can admit, you know what I'm saying? Like no, there's no like if they give people reparations, whatever form it is, that's admitting that America did a whole group of people uh horrible. You know what I'm saying? Or the most inhumane thing you can do.
But they'll give it to Native Americans though.
Exactly.
You know, they like
Well,
they give
I
money
agree.
to certain people.
Well, yeah, I agree with that, and also disagree too, because it's still black. If you go to the mall, you're gonna see some black families walking around, but you ain't gonna see no Native American families walking around. You know what I'm saying? Like they damn near like
Right.
committed
Well, 'cause
genocide to like
they
a whole
did.
race of people. Like they literally committed. Like there's literally you see no Native American people like that anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like not saying
Right.
Native American people aren't here,
But it's
but
the
in a
fact that
lot of-
it's the fact
but I'm talking
that
about like
it's the
they
fact
like
that they
genocide.
are willing to. They
Yeah,
will
yeah, no, I
admit
feel
that
you.
they have done harm to some people. They just not willing
Yeah,
to do things
black
for
people is different.
us.
Yeah, we're
We've
different
always
only because we don't have a country.
But it's
I mean,
because
we have a country, but we don't have we don't come from like a
But it's
That's-
because
and we got
it's
our
because
history destroyed.
it's because they have infiltrated us. It's because they control
Yeah.
us in a sense, and we're
Well, they
blinded
destroyed
by
our
it. So
history.
that's and we're divided. So in
Well,
a sense,
yeah,
it's like what I'm
well,
saying. They have
exactly.
destroyed us. It's almost impossible for us to work together to be able to get this going because we got snakes in it. We got people that's already been messed up. We got Candace Owens. We got those type of people that are already
Exactly.
fucking brainwashed. So
Exactly.
it's hard to work on the same agenda.
Yeah, and they said, and it's weird because it's been set up like that from like historically. Because like if you think about
Yeah.
it, so Mexican people like you got a base like Mexico, that's like motherland, homeland. Like black people say Africa's motherland, homeland, but like majority or
Mhm.
a high percentage of black people don't know. We don't be like, yeah, nigga, I'm Nigeria, unless your
Yeah.
family is like from Nigeria or from Zimbabwe or something.
Unless you
know what I'm
can
saying?
trace
Like,
your history.
exactly.
So a lot of us
Many of
don't
us
have
don't know
that.
where
We
we're from.
We're from Mississippi,
We don't know
fam,
where we're
or
from.
Georgia, or
Right,
as
yeah.
far as I said,
We
no,
don't know where we're
it's
from.
fucking Virginia. So it's
Mhm.
different. So like other people, it's like we're all tied. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you see like little Saigon, little Italy, little whatever. You don't see little black
Yeah,
neighborhood
like
is the hood.
little.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's
Little
a
Africa.
different. You know, yeah, but still though, that's different. That's African. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
I'm saying
and Black
I'm saying
American is
that's
different.
not.
Yeah.
I'm saying two different things.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
exactly.
I'm agreeing with you.
So, well, yeah,
Two
yeah.
different
So
things.
that's why
Like
we don't
we
get to
don't
like,
have no representation.
yeah,
I
we
mean,
don't get to like come together. And
We
be
don't
like,
have
yeah, we all
representation.
fucking.
We don't
Ooh.
have representation because we are the product of what they did.
Yeah.
We don't know where the hell we from.
Generationally, yeah.
To add
Right,
in, to add in what y'all were
generationally.
saying, to add in what y'all were saying, it's like, yeah, we don't have any history, so we can't tell you,
Mhm.
anything.
We don't have any history recorded. Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of people, they can be like, I'm a third generation such and such. And like, we don't know all of that fuckers.
like when people ask me, they're like, oh, where you from? I originally say Indiana. They're like, oh, well, where your family from? Shit, I don't know.
Indiana.
A lot of us don't even know past our a lot of us don't know past our like great grandparents or some shit like grandparents or great grandparents.
Outside,
You know,
yeah.
that's kind of where it stopped for a lot of us.
I mean, well, if you think about it, G, so I knew my great grandmother. She said her grandmother was a slave, so that's great. So our great grandparents were slaves, G. So, I mean, unless you know what I'm saying, your
that is
parents
so
are from
close.
somewhere else.
That's so close to you. You
Well,
know, like that's
yeah, that's our great
hop,
grandparents
skip.
were slaves.
That's
So
a hop, skip, and a jump in generations.
they don't have a record. You see what I'm saying? Like they don't have a record. Like there's no record. Like this person was born in this, and you were from
Right.
here, and this is your aunties. They don't have that shit. Like
like my
and,
grandmother,
like,
like she
5
was
generations away.
saying that she was born to like the like the ladies that used to do the birthing or whatever, and they kind of
Midwives.
got the years mixed up. Yeah, the midwives, they got like her years mixed up of when she was born because like they didn't really have like a way to kind of like keep up with stuff. So like on her birth certificate, it said one thing, on her ID it said another thing. I'm like, what? How old are you?
Hey, you know what? That's
It's
not
wild.
all uncommon.
When you go by winters and shit, I'm 87 winters old.
My grandfather, my mom's dad, literally grew up for like up until he was an adult, thinking his birthday was in like November, but his birthday was actually like 2 months prior in September.
That's
He said
crazy.
he didn't know about it till like he was literally an adult. That like I'm like, because like he would joke and celebrate like 2 birthdays, and like as a kid I didn't understand that. Like I was like, how does he get 2 birthdays? And it was like, oh, because he thought that his birthday was on such and such day. And I'm like, again, like, how the hell do you not remember?
Forget? Yeah.
Yeah, how do you forget that your birthday is on this? And it was like, well, he grew up, you know, didn't have documentations and stuff like that. And I was like, you know, as a kid, I didn't comprehend that. But like growing up now, it's like, okay, he didn't have that. He grew up like that because he didn't have the resources. Obviously, we didn't, again, don't have any records or anything like that, you know. And you tie that into like, we were brought here against our will. I know every other race wants to be like, oh, we were slaves too. Like I'm not discrediting anybody or disrespecting anybody else when I say this, but like, I get that. But we were brought here against our will, stripped of our heritage, stripped of our history, stripped of our names, stripped of our clothes, all of that kind of stuff. We go through slavery. Obviously, we know what slavery goes through, you know, slavery entails. And then we get to, you know, being free from being slaves. But then we have the Jim Crow and the segregation. And then after that, we have, you know, the war on drugs and like the
qualified immunity.
And like, don't get me wrong, police brutality has always been a thing. You know, we've always preached about police brutality. Like,
now it's just on camera.
Yeah, now it's on camera, and like now this is where we're at. This is the age that we're in now. We're in the police brutality era, and it's like,
that's what I was gonna get into too.
You know,
say that same.
It's we have when it comes to like a checklist of how much shit our race has been through, like, we as Black people got to be on like page 3, cause and we get no, like you said, like no restitution for it, because they refuse to admit that they've done us wrong. They admitted that they.
It's an admission of guilt.
No. Let's put some. Let me put. They admitted that they were wrong to the Japanese back in World War II. That they were wrong for dropping bombs and yada yada yada.
Oh, they giving them money. Yeah, they're giving them money.
Yeah, but they're giving them money. You know, and like, it's like y'all was saying, and in terms of us as Black people,
can I add something real quick?
What?
And honestly, they did give us money because they gave Haiti money all that time, but they just Haiti didn't do the right thing with it.
Think about how symbolic it is that to get all of these. So about the admission of guilt thing, to get these statues of these people that were traitors of the United States of America, and that believed people weren't people and shit. It took a dude getting murdered on video for almost 10 minutes for those statues to be able to get taken down. Like, think about that. You know what I'm saying? It took a dude getting murdered by the police, actually, not getting murdered. A dude getting murdered by the police for 10 minutes for Ulysses S. Grant to come down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about that. You know, my bad for cutting you off, delay. No, but that's what I mean by the admission of guilt. Like, it ain't even like they still not even like admitting that they were like, oh, nigga, this ain't.
No,
right. They refuse
because they don't feel like they were wrong. They don't feel like they are wrong. Deep down in their hearts, they don't feel like they are wrong. They're only doing this is to save face, and that's whatever it be, save money, or, you know, to protect their pockets, protect the power that they have, whatever it is, they're trying to preserve their way of life.
Have you heard of it was a necessary evil? What? I was watching it's a debate with Malcolm X and this other dude. I cannot remember what they were saying. The dude name is. But anyway, they were saying he pretty much saying it was a necessary evil for that to happen, for America to be America. Yeah, which is crazy to me.
Yeah. Like, there's so many ass backwards things about America that I don't get. But I mean, you know, I don't know. Like we want to stimulate the economy and like make this economy better than ever. But like you're not giving people free education to like better themselves and like to contribute to society. Like
Come on, bro.
I don't get that. You want to combat homelessness, but yet you bitch and
Beat their
complain
ass.
to these corporations about giving away food because it costs money. Like we could easily battle homelessness by like allowing these corporations, these jobs that throw away millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars of food every fucking week. But like they can't donate that to homeless people.
It's a country, and I don't want to missay the wrong thing again. It's not. I don't know if it's New Zealand, but it's one of them little countries that direction. They literally use tax people money to build like pods for homeless people. So they literally got rid of all the homelessness. Like there's no homelessness in this country because they again the tax people money. A certain amount of it goes to like little pods. The people live in the fucking little pods and like. But it reduced the crime by like a huge percentage because now people, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't have to commit crime because they got some. Anyway, it's doable.
America is what's the whole saying is like insanity
About that money?
doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Is that
Yep.
I think that's what it is.
They call
America
that
is insane because we're constantly increasing the police budget and the military budget, and it's not doing shit for us. It's not giving us any results that justify the amount that we're giving. And
Yeah, you pretty much are financing your niggas getting murdered. So
I'm financing my death.
not just niggas, but people getting abused. So yeah, on that note, I think it's time to get up out of here, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no,
I agree with everything y'all were saying. So,
I'm ready.
I was like, Q couldn't really say much. I said, I'm watching. He was like, hey man,
I'm an ally.
Yeah, I got it. But
it's
hey.
an activated podcast, baby.
Yeah.
Your
So
boy
stay
Real
activated.
Boy, I appreciate y'all. Stay activated. Boop. Prayers stop Asian hate for real though. Stop beat up Asian people. Arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. Arrest Derek Chauvin and all the other police too. That was with him.
Black Lives Matter. Justice for Kendrick Johnson.
Yes.
Mac
Oop.
2301. Oh, my bad, Busy. That's Busy Balboa.
Nah,
I'll finish it for her since I rudely interrupted her. I apologize.
Bloop.
It's your boy Mac 2301. It's the Activated Podcast. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Stay activated. Stay safe. Wear a fucking mask. Black Lives Matter. Fuck these racist ass people and support the podcast. Shit.
Boop.
Buy a fucking shirt or something.
Yeah. Support the podcast, not just the videos that we post.
Yeah.
Boop. Boop.
Oh, y'all be safe. Boop.
Boop. Boop.